Here we are with LCM. It's your last chance, their second last chance of this year. Thanks to Yogi and Naviae, we're here to help
Woo!
you get as many last chances as you can. Says you don't have to live in
Th-
Kansas. Look at
This is
that.
my graphic. Can you see
Ooh,
it?
I didn't know we were going to be so graphic. I would have rated it higher
I
or
have
not.
I made a bunch of different ones.
Oh,
There's
that's
one.
awesome.
I have one with runes. I have one where we have antenna.
Nice. I love that so much. I
It's
should
fun.
find that on. I know you've sent that to me. I should make it the thumbnail for our show, of course.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, do you want to start out with the hi everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the
Navier.
last chance moon. So that's just a nickname I have for this phase of the moon. It's so for me the dark of the moon is a 3-day event. So the dark of the moon, the new moon, and then the dark of the moon again, and then we have the waxing crescent. So the waning crescent, the last day before the dark, I call it the last chance moon, and that was something that was sort of a thing with my witch school, but that's over now anyway. Um, so we were talking, Yogi Chander and I, about the last chance moon, and he said he always wanted to do an oracle show. So we sort of like put our peanut butter and chocolate together and made a last chance moon oracle show, Reese's peanut butter cup for YouTube
Nice.
for you all. Um, yeah, so my name is Naviae Allora. I am a wandering witch. I have a podcast and a website under that name. I do clairvoyant tarot readings, Mayan dream spell, galactic astrology, charts, progressions, relationship readings, and education. It's like natural time of synchronicity. And yeah, I was a 4-year old near death experiencer twice in the same year, almost drowned, and then head trauma was the second one. And it seemed to kind of unleash a lot of the latent abilities. I both lines, my mom and dad's lines, have mediums and psychics and precognition, clairaudience, and such. So um, that's going on. But yeah, so I offer readings for folks and love to chat with like-minded, amazing ohana like Yogi Chander and other beloveds. And here we are.
Thank you. Well, I'm dressed all green because I was petitioning to be in Navier's witches school, but since it's closed for the year or for now, I can't do it.
Yeah, we just finished our full wheel of the year. So on Imbolic, February 2nd was the last Sabbath
Happy
that we did. Yeah. It was good. It was a good experience and super interesting to run a witch school virtually through the pandemic. Um, but yeah, I'm focusing more on broadcasting and Mayan astrology. That's where the passion is right now.
Your
That's where I want
podcasts
to
are
do
so
it.
awesome lately. By the way, you've had two amazing people whom I love, Niche and Keats from Pragmagic. Not Niche and Keats from Pragmagic, but Niche from her own things, Cosmic Salon and Noxmente and Obelisk and stuff, and Keats from Pragmagic and We the Hallowed and stuff. They're awesome, and you've had them both to kick off this year. That's very fortuitous.
We kicked off season 2 right, y'all. And it's been really fun. I was up all night um fine tuning the episode with Keats and just published it. And
Yes.
it, I'm proud of it. I'm getting a little wacky and a little goofy and letting more of my playful self show in the in the production. Um just keeping it creative, and it's really just a fun outlet. And I was able to find some of Keats' music on the Spotify, or the Anchor app lets you like have little snips. So I have little snips of Keats' music throughout. It's fun, and
Oh,
some
that's
that aren't his, but I think it'll come up like which ones is. I mean, it's kind of obvious. He has a definite sound to him. It's really good.
For sure he does. That's really cool audiomancy for you to weave into your stuff. That's really awesome.
Speaking of audiomancy, so
Audiomancy. Um,
audiomancy. So do you want to explain a little bit about what the idea of the Last Chance Moon Oracle show is about, or do you want me to field that, or just to give people like what they can expect each month?
no, yeah, that's fine. Actually, before we do, or at some point, actually, I'll make a note of that. Go, yeah. I wanted to touch on something you said
Oh,
about
please,
your,
please.
and it's something that I think is worth maybe bringing up, and I don't know, for whatever it's worth. But so you were talking about your experience with trauma and some near-death experiences and brain injuries, and how that's opened you up to your mystical experiences more. And so I'm someone who's also experienced similar things, and it's actually uh, something I'm actually dealing with. It has opened me up in a lot of ways to mystical things and um, perceptions and things. Even though I was open before, it's opened me more. And but it's also caused me a lot of problems, including, it's no excuse, it's an explanation that it's caused me problems with scheduling and keeping track of numbers and dates and times and hours and stuff, among many, many, many other things. But I know you can identify with that. So there's that downside of the trauma and the brain injury that is real. And I just want to say that sometimes it comes off as maybe not caring in relationships or things, projects like this. Like, I forgot that we were even doing the show today until like yesterday when I got in touch with Naviae because my intuition told me to. And it's not because I don't care. It's because it wasn't there. And
Yeah.
so I just wanted to say that and see what you had to say about those things.
Well, no worries. And I love that your intuition was like flowing and tagged you in. And that's been my
Really not.
experience. I'm on autopilot too most of the time. And um, I didn't have a brain injury, but it was head trauma. As far as I know, my brain wasn't injured, but I mean, I don't know. They didn't, I don't know. Maybe they did like scans and stuff. I was really young. I'd never heard about it. But um, I do know that where it's almost like a give and take. So where I'm super open to mystical abilities and like you have awakenings and things going on, um, and have for most of my life, I feel that there's a part of me that is not so hip to the 3D because of that. Like yours manifests as scheduling and keeping track of things, which I totally relate to. Also, I have like post-it notes and calendar notes everywhere. Um, be, just seriously, like if I'm gonna keep on track, like that's what I need to do for myself. I have alarms and um,
You got to
but
have
I have,
mechanisms. Yeah,
yeah, ways to make it function. I know that you will find that. You will find your groove. And
for sure.
um folks that know what you're going through and maybe can relate or can't relate, it doesn't really matter. There's compassion there or empathy there for um allowing the healing, allowing the maneuvering. And yeah, I mean, we're all working through some aspect of healing in our
For sure.
lives. This is,
Everyone.
yeah, this is just what yours is kind of out in front right now. And I have my own on different levels. So yeah, it's
I
all
can see
good.
that. Yeah.
It's all
It's
good.
yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, as far as the moon goes and our show and everything, it's so fun to be doing this. And so I'll let you kind of get into the details because details are not my real thing.
Yeah,
But
and
go ahead.
will you tell us about your is it blue green clay? I'm so curious. I love face masks and all that. So
It's my natural tone, and it only comes out on the last chance moon. No,
I love
It's a
that.
seaweed mask, and I just put it on
Seaweed.
because it's a little private joke between you and me, and so or something you told me once, and so it's just kind
Yeah.
of a goof on being woo today. I'm gonna go take it off in a few minutes. I'll put on my avatar while you explain about the moon, and I'll wipe my face off and
Okay.
go back to
And
normal.
behind the scenes, I have something to tell you about what's going on here.
Ah, okay,
Because
great.
this is a synchronicity for me.
It usually is for me, and also with you.
Yeah.
That's one reason
Uh-huh.
we came together synchronistically.
I'll just leave it at that. Um, Very cool. So last chance moon theme is every day before the dark moon, Yogi Chander and I, as long as scheduling allows, we're gonna go live on YouTube and have a chat about different divination systems. Last um, last moon, it was Mayan astrology, and I did a live reading galactic session with Yogi Chander and did his little mini chart and took some questions from the live chat and such. And today we're going to talk about bibliomancy, which is something that I've been doing live with my guests on the podcast before each show. We kind of do like a behind the veil, behind the scenes pre-show divination, and I'll make like a little altar and send them the images of the altar I set up, and then usually there's some Easter egg synchro in the altar that I'm guided to set up a certain way, like we did with Keats. There's a few of them, and the divination just kind of opens the door to the mystical. So that's one way that we can tune in. And I've been called the last few podcasts to do bibliomancy with the guests. So I thought today we could do bibliomancy and discuss um, that type of divination. So every moon we're gonna do a different one. It's gonna be tarot and runes and ogham and different things. Some that I'm more adept at, and some that maybe I'll be learning with you all as I go. It'll be an opportunity to keep it fresh and just explore and have fun. And I get to have a chat and some coffee with my um, soul friend Yogi Chander and anyone that wants to join us via live chat. Probably have time to do live questions or readings for every session as well. So today in the Mayan, and we're going to try and revisit all the previous um, divinations that we cover. So last month we were introduced to the Mayan astrology, and today is bibliomancy. So next time we'll touch on the Mayan astrology of the day, maybe do one bibliomancy, and then tackle the new one. Just kind of like keep it like a like linking up train cars. I kind of see it that way, and who knows where the train will take us, but we're growing as we go, and it's fun to kind of revisit things that we've previously touched on. So today in the Mayan dream spell galactic astrology is a red overtone earth. And these are little paintings that I made of the sigil, of the glyph, the, hope you can see it, the earth tribe in Mayan is known as Caban, Caban, and the energy is about synchronicity and evolution and navigating the earth, the red earth it's called. And it's
You
a
mean
really
navigating?
beautiful, yeah.
You mean navigating, not navigating?
Oh, I am the navigate. I am the navigate for sure. Um, so I'm gonna show you my all my like a lot of my props are old because either my teacher gave me them or I made them a long time ago. I'm upgrading. This is like I'm replacing the materials I had from maybe 20 years ago. So I'm super proud of myself that I'm
Nice.
upgrading my props. Hey, clean, beautiful skin of Yogi Chander.
This is a lot harder to take off than like stage makeup.
Yeah,
Oh
but healthier for you.
yeah.
So
Oh,
let's
feels
see.
great. Feel like $100.
So we've been in this wave spell here. It's hard to do backwards. Red Skywalker. And now we're day 5 into it at the red earth. So you can see the bar there. And actually, Nish and I have the same guide, which is the Earth Tribe. Both Nish and I are guided by the Earth, which makes sense. And I find that with folks that I have the same guide tribe as, it's like she's coming in on one way, I'm coming in on the other, and we're both kind of like have the higher octave that's the same, even though we're on a different, trajectory or
Nice.
anyhow.
Nice. That
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
that's the Mayan tribe, and I just want to read the galactic signature for today. And it's important for everyone, not just folks that have the red earth as a guide. But can you see that okay, Yogi?
Yes.
Okay, this is the galactic signature. Red overtone earth. I empower in order to evolve, commanding synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of life force. So this is really significant for me because I'm an overtone moon. So that's number 5. And today's a number 5. So that means that this is my exact guide tribe day. And
Wow.
guided by the power of life force is the red serpent tribe, which is the wave I'm born into. So it's like
Wait, the red serpent tribe?
the red serpent wave spell is the wave that I'm born into.
Okay, I have a synchronicity with that too. We'll talk about that in a while. Sure. Go ahead. Hey, Keith, what's up?
Oh,
He's here.
hi, Keats.
Keith,
Super good.
Keith.
Awesome. So,
We've been talking about you.
bibliomancy. I have a little definition I could read that
Sure.
I yanked from, I don't know, Wikipedia or something.
That's appropriate. You just bibliomancy the definition.
Yeah. Bibliomancy, foretelling the future by interpreting a randomly chosen passage from a book. And there was something about the Bible in there. I don't know why, but I don't have a Bible and I'm not using a Bible, but I have other biblios.
That's interesting. The Bible, and plus is, of course, related to the word biblio, book. It's just
Yeah.
book.
Bible just means book. These are the books I have. Do you have books handy?
Oh, I have books handy, and I also have one of my favorite things to do is I'm a Gutenberg nerd, and a lot of times I just kind of bibliomancy through that stuff, which is how I came up with some things that tied me to Keats recently, including on Sunday. His book about the floods in Santa Fe and more came up just randomly in a bibliomancy thing that I just randomly did on Sunday during my hangout show. And
What?
I just love the way that stuff works out, both with real books and digitally.
I need all the background on this.
Okay.
Maybe not in the show, but later. Or yeah. What?
For sure.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know, right? I love synchronicities. I'm going to do a show strictly about synchronicities sometimes, and you got to be part of that.
Yeah. Well, the Red Earth Tribe is about synchronicity too, so which is today. And having the Synchro tribe as my guide, I mean, I've been wanting to write a book forever about the synchronicities in my life and how it's led me, because they're just crazy weird and awesome. Hey, so anyone in the chat that wants to drop a question, they can even like think a question in their mind, or I can't see the chat, but I know Yogi Chander is watching. Yeah. We were thinking of doing some like random questions where folks, and Yogi and I are going to do it to each other too. Pick a random book and have folks ask a question either out loud or in the chat, and see what the book says, see what the bibliomancy has to say. That sounds fun. I want to do that.
It sounds so fun. I have so many questions. I have never ending questions. In fact,
hit me.
I will. I'll definitely will. But I got this little segue if it's coming up quickly enough, and if not, then I'll come back to it later. But about questions, yes. Okay. So I haven't actually. I just got this email the other day, and I haven't looked into it, but it's relevant because. Okay, briefly, because I can go on tangents, right? We'll come back to our thing in a second. Cruising with Steak mentioned something some time ago on a show that intrigued me. I thought they were kind of joking around going, hey, we ought to make a podcast about that. And I was thinking, if no one does, I will. That's an awesome idea. And it was basically an idea about asking people like 13 questions and getting the responses and stuff, and based on that concept. And so this one guy related to their team actually is doing that, and it's called 13 Questions Podcast, I think. And I reached out to him about that, and so he said he's tasked with finding guests. And so I'm going to do a show pretty soon about that and do like a swap cast, I think, with him. And also we'll see. I'm going to do like an episode reaching out for you guys and seeing if you have 13 questions.
I want to do it too. I love it. I used to do a 4-question game with people that I just met.
Ooh,
but
tell me.
13.
Is that the one where you'd have a little paper thing and it was like MASH, you know, or whatever, and you'd like
No,
fold
but
it?
I love those, right? No. We could do it right now if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah. Keith, that's what I'm saying. It's already a podcast. Oh, your dad was on it? What? No, but he's got to tell us about that. Sorry. Keith says 13 Questions is already a podcast. My dad was on it.
What? Keith's dad just keeps getting cooler and cooler the more I learn about him.
I know nothing about Keith's dad. Wow, interesting.
There's some nuggets in the last episode that just went live on A Wandering, which yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Today,
sweet.
actually, late last night. Hawaii time. It's probably like 5 a.m. mainland.
Oh man, I was just going to sleep about that time. I was up late last night. So yeah, how wild is that, huh? Right? Amazing. So didn't mean to interrupt, Naviae. Go ahead.
I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, I was asking if you wanted to do bibliomancy.
Yeah. I'm ready to look something up if you've got a question in mind, or I've got many questions.
I wrote down some questions. Uh-oh. And my stand's falling. No, I have 2 random questions, not personal questions, that I thought might be kind of fun to just ask the book. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Here's one. And tell me when you have the book and if you need me to guide you through it, when to stop shuffling or scanning the page or whatever you're doing.
Let's see. 1 second, I will have it up. Can you give me a topic or anything like that, or just nothing at all? Should I just go completely blank?
You just take the book, open to any page, and then
just like read what I see.
You're gonna like thumb through, and then I say stop, and then you open that page, and then you kind of like scroll, and then I say stop, that kind of thing.
Okay, great.
Are you doing a audio? I mean a Kindle?
I'm doing a digital bibliomancy in this case. Yeah.
Oh, I've never done that.
Just for the heck of it.
Yeah. I hear a plane.
You do hear that? Wow, interesting.
Yeah, it also sounds like an Astro vacuum cleaner.
That's funny. Okay, randomly picking the book. Okay, the book is open. Should I tell you the name of the book or anything like that, or just open?
No, just open, and then I tell you when to stop scrolling or whatever.
By the way, bibliomancy can be done lots of ways. I do it my particular way. We're just, Naviae and I are just jiving on this way to do it for now. So here we go. So I'm going to flip through the pages. Go ahead.
Stop.
Oh, I'm actually still on the table of contents.
That's okay.
Oh,
maybe
really? Okay.
Maybe there's something there. I don't know.
Okay, great. So I'll click on one of these that just kind of come up. Ring. Wow. Should I share my screen?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a moment, please. There. No, I don't know if that's the right one.
I can't see him.
Can you see
Whoa.
anything now?
A person in the bed?
Yes.
What does it say?
Check that picture out. Interesting. It says
I'm
a
okay.
patron of a Sandakan, if I said that right, Sandakan opium farm. A patron of a Sandakan opium farm. Yeah. It says each smoker is provided with a lamp for heating his pill and a wooden headrest. That's what that is, a headrest right there. Wow.
You'll have to send me that because this is look at it might be backwards, but look at what I wrote. What is the energy of the dragon?
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, really? Oops.
Wow.
Okay, shall I read about it?
Yeah.
Um, okay, let's see. Dun, 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 dun.
Ah,
I will sort
oh,
of skim through, I guess. I mean, I could read it all verbatim, but that will take a lot of time. So I don't know what this is coming from. But running parallel to the Jalan Tiga is another street in which are the opium farms. They're operated as openly as American soda fountains. A typical opium farm consists of a two-story wooden house, a number of small ill-lighted rooms which reek with the sticky sweet fumes of the drug, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's a place where smokers can recline, and each smoker is provided with a block of wood, which serves as a pillow and a small lamp for heating his pill, as we said earlier.
wow.
Um,
I mean, maybe that was it. Maybe it was just the visual and the little caption.
there
That's
you
where
go. Yeah,
I felt the juice there.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Wow. And if I had to, wow, I mean, I don't even know where to go with this. So there's this visual of the Golden Child from Eddie Murphy's old 80s, 90s movie where he's consulting this oracle and she's behind a screen and then
Yes, I remember that kind
the
of
screen
back in.
falls and she's like woman dragon like a naga essentially. And they said that her ancestor was raped by a dragon.
Oh
Um
my.
I and she's like smoking one of those like long filtered cigarettes or whatever. It That's the image I had when I saw that person. And then I was like, whoa, I can see the connection of like Asia, opium, dragon, right? There's something
Yeah,
to it.
absolutely. It's absolutely tied right there. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to do one with me and then I will maybe you can ask the chat if there's one. But
Yeah, for sure.
I
I
have
had
the book.
something about a golden dragon that it's not quickly coming up, but I have a tie for that too. So that's very fascinating. But the dragon
Golden
and the opium
dragon.
thing, just amazing, but
That's
fascinating. Okay,
trippy,
good.
Chander.
So I have a question in mind. Let's see. I have a few written down. Let's see.
Okay, tell me when you're ready and I'll start scrolling the pages.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm scrolling or flipping. Tell me when to stop.
And stop.
Okay, and I'm scrolling the page with my finger. Tell me when to stop scrolling.
Stop.
Okay. I stopped on the house of Leo, it says. Leo, fifth house, I experience. And where I stopped was it says associations and it says color orange, day Sunday, metal gold, usually mixed with copper, element fire, planetary, planet hour, sun, direction south, elemental salamanders, symbol lion. Um, does that make sense? What was your question?
What is the animal totem for the day and its place of power?
Ow. Well, it says so symbol lion, and the next line says animals, all creatures that use in some form tools and have developed a limited ability to count, think, and build, i.e., apes, beavers, crows, and monkeys. Gems, Madeira citrine, peridot, red carnelian, and sunstone. Fragrance, scent, cedar, chrysanthemum, cinnamon, cloves, frankincense, juniper, marigold, rosemary, rowan, and rue. Parts of the body, upper back, circulatory system, and heart. Deities of Leo, the family, African and Haitian voodoo, goddess Oya, the patroness of love and pleasure, which is usually associated with Oshun. I think they mean Oshun. Whoops. Editing. She governs mistresses, cheating wives, and lovers. I mean, I could see sort of. I don't know. That's weird. I would associate Oshun with Leo for sure. Anyway,
Well, if
wow.
I have something to show here with regards to that. Let's see, is it going to be here? Can you see that bird?
Better late than never.
So that bird is a Hawaiian crow, and he's using a tool there. You're talking about tools using, or birds using tools, and that's just a little article about Hawaiian crows and how they're almost extinct. It's just on. I just did a quick Google search.
I never hear crows here. Crows and ravens, blackbirds in general, I really have an affinity with, and
Me too.
it's sad that I don't hear them, I don't see them. I dream of them though. They're with
Do you
me.
really?
Yeah. I actually have one of the books I have um that I was going to do the bibliomancy with. I got these little feathers from Glastonbury.
Oh
Little
wow!
you can see they're kind of iridescent raven feathers from by the tour in
Trying to highlight.
Glastonbury.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but it's like super iridescent, you could see.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love them. So
I have a
don't
raven
be
feather somewhere too.
don't be surprised if you see me with crow feathers in my hair because I just randomly stick them in when I'm doing stuff. And it's, yeah. Anyway, so is
Super
there
cool. Yeah,
anyone in?
connected with the ravens too, the tricksters, and also it was actually the symbol for my first martial arts school that I created, and the three-legged raven actually, and
Oh,
so yeah,
wow.
the old
That's
tricksters, all the tricksters are my friends. I was thinking of you and the skunk,
hey,
cattail
hey,
or
Yoka.
white striped cat. You?
Me?
Yeah, I was thinking of skunks earlier today.
I'm a skunk kitty for sure.
Yeah.
I love skunk kitties. It's, I know it's a fictional animal I've created, but I still love them.
No, it's perfect. I'm putting out in the chat who has a question for the bibliomancy.
Thank you, Yogi. Yeah. Oh, I brought a friend if you want to see.
Yes, show.
Um,
I wish I could highlight you, but
so this is K2 stone. It's found only in one mine in, gosh, I just got it. Afghanistan or Pakistan? Pakistan. It's a one of the second highest mountains in the world. Oh wow. I actually see
ah,
a music note in that blue dot. Do you see it?
do you know what note it is?
Mm-mm. No.
Fascinating.
Nope, just
I can't quite see it, but
the it's the note, like the music note.
like a yeah, interesting.
Um, but there's azurite in here, azurite in granite, and I am loving this stone. If I press on the azurite, I can feel it in my subtle bodies. It's like a tingle down my spine kind of thing.
Oh, I'm familiar with that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love it. I
Keats
want to
has
see it.
is considering a question. I'm telling him to keep it in mind and let us know when he's got it ready.
Okay. Do you want me to do mine or do you want to do yours?
Why don't we each do one?
Ooh, yeah. That's a good idea.
And I'll choose a different book. That other book, by the way, for anybody's reference, was because I guess we should probably say Where the Strange Trails Go Down by E. Alexander Powell.
Mm.
Old book, circa 1921. Anyway, so let's see if Keats is ready. Keats, got your question set? I'm sure you do, but just make sure.
Some interesting books hopped off the shelf that wanted to be involved today.
Do tell.
Well, one of them is The Dark Well of Glastonbury.
Ooh.
I have all
Is
kinds
it,
of stuff stuck into because from my trip there.
what is that? Is that about the location there and different tales and stuff, or what?
It's fictional.
Awesome.
It's a fictional story about Glastonbury and other things, but it's good. It's a really good. I'm reading it for the second time right now. So I had it around.
UK peeps tune in and hear that.
Yeah, by Philippa Bowers. That's who wrote it. I
Very
loved
cool.
Glastonbury. I could totally live there.
Oh, Keats is ready.
Okay, Keats,
You go
tell
first.
us. Oh, do you want to do it together though?
Let's do it at the same time. Yeah, good call. Good
Yeah.
call.
Okay, Keats, we're flipping through the pages, brother. Tell us when to stop.
Oh, I forgot to watch the thing. Oh, he's not saying it yet. Yeah, tell us when to stop. We'll quit flipping. You didn't know it was going to be so interactive, did you? This is where we might need a call-in portion of the show. I wish I could set that up. People could call in. Okay, let's just do it. Go ahead and stop. Okay.
And I'm scrolling.
Me too. And let's stop. I'll sort of intuit that this is what Keats is wanting us to know.
Okay.
Okay, Keats, we have your readings here. What have you got, Naviae?
Bands, meetings, even a little heckling and fighting will at least generate some wave motion in the population.
What?
The people on the whole are passive, living their daily round much the same, only occasionally stirred by a major condition such as a war or depression. For the most part, they read the papers, watch TV, hear the news on car radios, unmoved, except when it personally involves them and when some catastrophe occurs elsewhere. It passes from the episodic screen of the nation, fading into the ever-changing cycle of work, play, and sleep. The people are the power of the nation. Their endless generation supplies the energy to work, the natural wealth. From this generating point come the men and women who rise up for whatever reason, be it ideals or personal gain, into the tree of Parliament. It is this Sephira that supports Parliament, yet it must be governed by it, so that it does not fall into anarchy. The laws are made to contain, but protect the people, so that the meanest individual has justice, though it be versus the crown in the lowest or highest court in the land. What?
Wow.
I wonder if that made sense to Keats.
That was very esoteric. Yeah, and sorry, he says there must be a delay. I guess I'm getting the his notifications a little after he was going stop, stop, stop. Must be a delay. LOL. Sorry, Keats. I hope that's ringing true with it. Something that you had in mind. I'm going to read my part now.
We're about to get some weather here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We had snow this morning.
the sky is like white, the wind's picking up, and it's
Oh, I
like
hear
that.
the chimes.
Yeah, my chimes are going. Ooh, I think I just heard Thor.
Huh.
Huh,
Um,
interesting.
um, okay. A collection of trees is a wood, and that we can study as a unity. And that we can study as a unity. So an aggression of, I'm sorry, let me start again. A collection of trees is a wood, and that we can study as a unity. So an aggregation of men is a society, a much more determinate unity. But a collection of trees is not a collective tree, and neither is a collection of person or minds a collective person or mind. We can speak of qualities of tree in abstraction from any particular tree, and we can speak of qualities of mind as such, or of some particular kind of mind in relation to some type of situation. Yet, in so doing, we are simply considering the characteristic of like elements of individual minds, as we might consider the characteristic or like elements discoverable in the individual trees and kinds of trees. To conceive, because of these identities, a collective mind as existing beside those of individuals, or a collective tree beside the variant examples, is to run against the wall of the idea theory. Um, so there we go, and on, but I think that's very good.
Wow. Keats got all kinds of um like societal referential. I, Keats, what was your question?
He goes, okay, let's see. He goes, Sephora Shazam, awesome. He goes, it works. And then he goes, my question had to do with my move to Seattle and my overall psychic health. So community and or community and
Balance of um balance of power, awareness of justice. That sounds like and community. Yeah,
going your own way and being individual, but also being part of the group, sort of a thing.
that's cool.
Wow,
Right
super
on.
awesome. Okay, you got another one, Naviae? Anybody else out there?
I
If
I have
anybody,
one that I wrote down earlier today that Chander, if you want to go,
yes.
just to keep it lively, we're open to other. I don't know who's in the chat or if there's anyone else that has a question, but we could do a few more.
Yeah, for sure. Throw that out there. Anybody who has a question, even if Keats wants to do it again, it's just kind of fun to play around.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Definitely got another half hour to hour or something like that here at the show, depending on how things roll. So I am ready when you are.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready. So I can just say stop when you're ready.
Oh, I guess I forgot to reference that last book. Sorry, and I lost this page. Sorry, hang on. Okay, ready.
Okay. And stop.
Okay, and tell me when.
Stop.
Okay. This church, which is dedicated to St. Peter, is a quaint old building with a Norman porch, and the rest of it being of more modern construction. It contains a raised pew, which is approached by a winding flight of stairs and is covered in so that it resembles nothing so much as a four-post bedstead. This pew used to belong to the Millbank family, with which Lord Byron was connected. Mr. Dodgson found the chancel roof in so bad a state of repair that he was obliged to take it down and replace it by an entirely new one. The only village school that existed when he came to the place was a sort of barn, which stood in a corner of the churchyard. During his incumbency, a fine schoolhouse was erected. Several members of his family used regularly to help in teaching the children, and excellent reports were obtained.
Where do we go when we leave this earth suit?
Whoa. Wow, a refurbished church into a schoolyard, into a school. Ooh.
Trip out. Huh.
Because a lot of times people, pose the idea that we're at school and, we're going to go to an afterlife of kind of churchy stuff.
And there was St. Peter reference.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
he's the like pearly gate guy.
Oh.
Whoa. All
That's
right.
amazing.
You got
Okay,
one for me, Chander?
yes. Keith also said, probably about his, said, wow, it kind of rings true with the progression of We the Hallowed, his community.
Yeah, his artistic collective that is magically minded.
Yes.
International art collective. Oh, here
Yeah.
comes the rain.
Here comes the rain again.
Okay, I got my book. And Chander, you tell me when you have your question.
Yes, I'm drawing this from my mind, so let me see here. um, let's see. Okay. Okay. I've got one. I'm ready.
Okay. And I'm thumbing. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
And I'm scrolling. Tell me when to stop scrolling.
Stop.
Ha! I don't know. It says Poindexter went from the palace to radio station KGU and broadcast in a trembling voice a proclamation that the Hawaii Defense Act was in force. This measure, passed by the territorial legislature in October, gave the executive full emergency powers in time of war. But Poindexter discovered that he did not even have the power to make his announcement without interruption. The Army, KGU, to get the governor off the air. The Japanese might be coming back. And if you were there, they could home in on the radio transmission. Wow. Does that make any sense? What's your question?
What to look for in the skies today? I don't know what that
Whoa.
means. It could mean a lot of things, I guess.
Wow. I mean,
Radio.
literally, the top of the page says war.
Oh,
And
shit.
that's what it says.
Well, I really hope that that's not some kind of
War.
revelation or prophecy.
I know. Things are getting dark. I don't want to go dark.
Right?
Page 344 in the Shoal of Time, a history of the Hawaiian Islands.
Oh, wow. Fascinating.
Yeah.
That last book that I read from was The Group Mind by William McDougall.
Of the Clan McDougall.
Of the Clan McDougall. Oh, no. But yours, actually, that was the one before that, the one for Keats. This one was for you was, let me scroll up to the title. The Life and Letters of Lewis Carroll.
The author of
Alice in Wonderland and
Through the Looking Glass. Oh,
yeah.
wow, yeah, Through the Looking Glass.
Through the Looking Glass.
That has been such a theme in my life, that book.
Really? Me too, of course. I've actually played several characters from that on stage.
Yeah.
And more.
That's really trippy.
Very psychedelic too.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, and sometimes I can see people's like who they would play in that mythos.
Really? So who would you think of me playing by chance?
Mad Hatter.
I don't think I've actually played that character, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah. And I think I'd be the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, awesome. I have done the cat.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
I did a narrator and I in this one show, and I did several characters too. I also did the White Knight from Jabberwocky.
mm, hmm
That
Yeah,
was
it's
fun.
rich. It's a really rich and layered, textured um mythos for sure.
Indeed. We should
Is
do a
there
project about that. There's always that's so rich with opportunity for
Oh
exploration.
yeah.
Hey, Michelle Embry's here.
Hi Michelle. Woo-hoo.
She says I was listening to Keats and Naviae just now. Hey, all right, listening to Wondering Which podcast.
It was a fun one to do. And it took me like 4 or 5 days to edit it, and that was like all I did. I was like living on crackers and tea and like not doing dishes, can't be bothered. I'm just like focused on this. And
Hi,
um
Michelle.
I had some clients like um psychic readings or Mayan galactic astrology sessions and such kind of peppered in that broke up having to like just um stay focused on the production of it. I get really hyper focused with it, and I was really grateful to be like, oh wow, 5 hours have passed, get up, stretch, go to the bathroom.
Yes, and yep, me too. Sometimes I have, even if it's something I really want to do, sometimes I have a hard time getting started for various reasons. But when I hyper focus, I am hyper focused, and time just has no meaning.
Yeah, and I loved it. I mean, I loved the doing the deep dives, especially this last 2 episodes with Nish and Keith's just sort of like immersed in the conversation and their vibe. And yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you sort of it's like you sort of fall in love with your guests and like on a soul level and appreciate them when you can like pour through all this content like I've been doing um for the better part of 6 months, I guess, is when I started the podcast. But it's so cool to get to have this condensed time with someone, and
right.
it's special. And I
I
also
would.
feel this like pressure to like do right by them to make sure that the audio sounds well and that there's flowing, and then also this desire in myself to be kind of goofy and creative and playful and experimental in some ways. And yeah,
And that's
not
important. That's so important in life. It's one of my values.
yeah. I just sort of got to this place of like, I'm just gonna let it all hang out. And like, here I am, take it or leave it.
Me
And
too. Bucket.
yeah, sort of unapologetically be real. And it's sort of this feeling of like, what do we have to lose, by just following the creative impulses? So
Yes, and Keith says editating. Ha, that's funny. Editing is meditative. Meditative.
absolutely.
I like
Yeah.
editating. I can,
Editating.
um, but yeah, and I agree with you too. It's like something Michelle brought up in the interview that I had with her on Who's Zoom and Woo. She was my second guest, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about the idea of like it's cool to stretch your horizons and do new things and stuff, but it's also good to have fun within your strengths and really just explore those more, and encourage that side of you that you lean towards the things that you're drawn to and the things you love. Do more of
Yeah.
that.
It's like encourage them to flower and, face the sun from a different angle, even sometimes too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And that
Mm-hmm.
so a concept just came to me. Of course, they always are, but I think it'd be really interesting to me anyway to have a discussion with people who are creating stuff about what you were just talking about, like that whole process of what's going on with you and what you're creating and what you've experienced and stuff. Sort of like a peer mastermind group. And maybe I'll do a Discord
Mm.
about that and maybe a show or something. It'd be fun to have you and anybody else who's creating and is interested just to talk.
Yeah.
Um, do that.
Do you think that the coffee panel on Sunday is kind of like that, or could
It
be
could
that?
be. It could be that show. Everything is kind of nebulous, and it's my fault. I've just been kind of letting things kind of develop, but I need to give it more direction, I think, and kind of because if it did have a theme that was more approached for that, then maybe that'd be better. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's like people are already kind of, I know whenever I have time, I try and hop on there and at least for a little while to say hi. I like to,
It's been a variety
um,
show, basically.
yeah, it, I enjoy it. I like to pop in and when I have the space to do that. So that, I don't know, maybe people are already kind of in the groove of Sunday, late morning, afternoon, whatever, brunch time. Coffee chat could be turned into a group chat with more of a, higher mind focus. Who knows?
The tree within the forest that I was just quoting from that book, the group mind, the individual within the group mind. It's that.
Yeah. Hey, maybe Michelle has a question before we wrap up, because
For sure.
I have some solar system issues I need to get off fairly soon, so that can be worked on. We had a malfunction in our solar system. Yeah, that sounds celestial, but it's actually Tellurian.
You're gonna have to, yeah, you'll have to fill me in more on that too. And while Michelle throw out a
Thanks,
question, or
Michelle.
actually, let me know if you would please, if you'd like to participate, because we'd all love to hear how this turns out. Think of a question, and don't tell us what it is, but tell us when you have one in mind, and then we'll do some bibliomancy on it.
Yeah. Ooh, I have a different.
Naviae, should I just want to remind you about the microphone. Should I ask you now or after our chats or something?
Text me later, and I can,
okay.
We can even go live. I have some Patreon videos I have to make later for the new moon. New moon and the dark moon is such a busy time for me. I'm doing everyone follow me on Instagram, _wandering_witch, and I'm going live on my friend Janine's Instagram. She's at Inner Sky Alchemy. We're going live around the new moon and full moon every month. She does visible actual sky astrology. I'm learning about it more and more, focusing on that versus the tropical, and I merge that with her and do Mayan galactic kind of on what the new moon's talking about and what the full moon's talking about. So we're kind of like paralleling different astrologies together at the new and full moon. But yeah, so I have to kind of prepare for that. I have a Patreon video to make for the new moon, and have to work it in between the loud whatever's going on coming up. So I love it though. I love the dark moon energy. The sky was pitch black last night with these bright stars. It's like I can feel it when the last chance moon comes. It's like this descension of like a heavy black velvet vibe here. The sky is already so dark because of there's no light pollution. We have the telescope agreement, so there's no street lights anywhere. It's super pitch dark here.
Wow, that would be amazing.
We're out in the middle of the ocean.
In the middle of nowhere, nothing is around you for so far. Oh wow.
Yeah, and I mean Honolulu is a big city, but it's not that close, and it's just one little blip in the ocean, really. So
Michelle's ready, by the way.
Okay, I have my book. Thanks, Michelle, for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle, for being here. It's always a treat to hang out with you.
Yeah. Okay.
I am.
When to stop.
Excuse me. I'm ready. Yeah, tell us when to stop, Michelle, if you could, please.
Oh, it says I'm ready.
Yeah, that was when she said she has a question. She accidentally told me her question, so now she has one in mind that she's not telling us.
Okay.
There's probably a delay.
You tell me when to stop, Chander, so I can see it.
Will do.
Thank you. Mahalo.
Hello.
When I first came to Hawaii, I thought mahalo meant trash.
Okay, and tell us when to stop again, Michelle. You thought mahalo meant trash?
Yeah, because mahalo was written all over all the trash cans. Like it means thank you, so it's like thank you for putting your rubbish, But
that's awesome.
Yeah, and people are like mahalo, and I'm like,
stop.
Ooh. Okay.
I have an interesting illustration. Okay, go ahead.
Me first?
Yeah, I'll share my screen in a sec.
Okay, so the book is of Water and the Spirit by Malidoma Patrice Serrani.
Sorry,
What?
go ahead. No, I'll
Okay.
show you a screen while you're talking. Go ahead.
Okay. And where she told me to stop, it says, around us, an energy field of immense magnitude was developing. My first sensation was that of a coolness that soon developed into an icy cold all around us. Our bodies reacted to the change of temperature by shivering violently. My teeth were chattering, and I soon felt like I was losing control of the functions of my organ.
Wow.
I'm going to
Do
read
you
one
see
more.
my screen?
It's a fountain?
Yeah, look at that. Some of the waters and stuff like that.
What does
It
yours
says
say?
modern wood engraving, the Goose Fountain, Nuremberg. The forcible character of wood engraving, chiefly due to the disposition and combination of the lines employed.
Hmm.
Okay, but the water though, fit right in. Michelle
Wow.
says, yes. I fake changed my question. So her question was, what is up with today's conflict energy?
Oh,
Like, I guess
no.
in society, like the conflict and energy that
I
everybody's
don't
going through,
know.
polarizing and
I have not dipped into the collective other than doing a quick little live stream on Instagram to say I'm going live with Yogi Chander and
I
our
know.
chat. I'm feeling great, so I don't know. I haven't dipped into the collective.
I need to
Oh, wow, Michelle, I didn't know.
I need to gather myself about promoting and marketing and letting people know what we're doing and shit, because this is fun.
Yeah, super fun. And
That
it's
bibliomancy was spot on, she says.
exploratory. Wow, Michelle, that's awesome. I'm gonna sneeze.
That's fantastic, Michelle. Thank you for participating, and Keats too. Um, so let's see. We're probably going to wrap up here in a moment or two. How are you doing for time, Naviae?
I need to hop off because the construction crew is ready.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, Naviae, it was a treat to hang out with you again. Happy last chance moon to
Happy
you.
last chance, Moonshander. Thank you
And
so much. Thank you for everyone who's watching, who's in the chat, and thank you, Yogi Chander, so much for being my co-host on this fun little adventure and for bringing the humor and the realness and the kind sensitivity I always feel whenever we connect, and appreciate you and everyone out there who is dancing in the waters of the river together right now. So,
oh
yay.
yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Well said. And
Yeah.
thank you so much. And I just yeah, the time just goes so quick. It was awesome that we got to connect, and we'll see everybody here for sure on the Last Chance Moon next month. And in between, I have lots of ideas of things to do with Navier and everybody else too. So maybe you'll see us on Sundays or another time. And
Yeah.
tomorrow on Who's Zoom and Woo, Randy Moggins will be on, and that's going to be at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow live. So be sure and tune in for that.
That sounds really fun. I'm going to be going live tomorrow on Instagram. I forget what
Us.
time with Inner Sky Alchemy doing the new moon forecast together. Um, that'll be fun. So a
I love
double
that show.
underscore wandering double underscore witch, and she is Inner Sky Alchemy on Instagram. Visit my website, which I am redoing. I bought a new laptop with Patreon money
Nice.
and I'm upgrading. So my website is looking better and better, slowly but surely. So awanderingwitch.com is upgrading. And I have something called a link tree, which has an easy way to get to all of my portals and offerings,
That should be
podcasts
running
and such.
below as a banner.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. linktr.ee/ a wandering witch. Be sure to check out my latest podcast episode of A Wandering Witch with the amazing Keats Ross, who's in the chat. And thank you for your support, Keats. It was a really fun chat and such a cool way to dip into his music, because there's little snips of his latest album, Cactus Crown, throughout the episode. There's a few sound clips of things that aren't Keats, also just kind of for humor. So, but you'll be able to tell. And that's it.
That's such awesome magic. I love it. I love it. Love you.
Aloha. Good to see
One other
you.
thing. Is it available on Spotify? It looks like, I guess Keats is asking.
It's the episode is available on Spotify right now, and it seems like eventually all the other podcast catcher sites like Apple and Google will eventually catch up, but Spotify is the one that it seems to post to first. So it's available on Spotify right now. And yeah, A Wandering Witch podcast.
Awesome. I'll be sure and put at least the link tree in the show notes down below. If you want me to put anything else, let me know, Naviae, but I'll have that for sure. So go check out Naviae and all her forms. And
Yeah.
your magic. I love you, Naviae. It's great to see you. We'll connect soon.
Good to see you. Aloha nui. Bye, everybody.
Aloha nui.
Ahui ho.